Alright, so last time, the still poorly named friendly friends, no, friendship friends, continued their battle against the flaming telexolotl creature inside of its own lair, quickly becoming more and more inhospitable. The team is not doing well. Half your team started down. There were some events, and half the team, that same half the team, is yet again down. There's a lot of conversation with the Kieran of Ripple Mountain, who introduced themselves as Azkalor, who owed a favor to Yaslin and Dro for choosing to reject a hefty sum of money and to get rid of their poisoning machines that were designed to identify the space in which the Kieran operated by poisoning a section, luring it out, and finding where its home base was, and getting it away from its home base in order to capture it. There was an individual conversation between each of the 6 members of the party with the Kieran itself. All of them feeling different, covering different material, but nonetheless judging the worth and character of each member. Those conversations, along with some die rolls, and frankly, a rather good speech from Dro, gave everybody a series of boons for the fight, some of which have already been expended. A little bit of healing went out to everyone. It was unfortunately truly a little bit of healing because I rolled terribly to help you guys. And of course I've been rolling fantastically to kick your ass. You recovered. The whole group is once again back in the fray. And as the help from the Kieran went out, a vicious scream of "now" in Ignon, the language of fire. Our friendly murder comet shed from its hiding space and started to burst through the ceiling above you. Dro attempted to take it down, didn't do very well, fell to the floor gracefully because it's a monk. And we continue the fight, where the Telex is regenerating as you are all falling one by one. And we begin at the top of the round with Yaslin, who does not have very much left in the tank.
This is how I started 2 sessions ago.
Yes, it is.
Deja vu! When stuck in between a rock and a hard place.
Mm-hmm. Still raging, currently fire resistant. He has like 2 more hours of half-speed flight from your prayer session with the goose god.
Yeah, honestly, I've never... Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. Oh, jeez. I don't know if I can do anything for them with that stupid thing right there. I'm better off in a minute. Five, 10. I don't want to be next to this dude. So if I drop down out of my fly speed to this side, I know it was able to get Drew when he was not next to lava. So I think...
Oh man, I was doing so good over the last like couple of sessions. I think I even got like 2 sessions in where I like didn't talk on mute, and then like this time I didn't even make it 5 minutes. Yeah, you know that this thing has a 10-foot reach because that's huge.
Yeah. Okay, cool, awesome. And I just want to stay away from this dude. Because I know what happens.
Yep. Oh, here, let me unpause the game. Also, last session, you were able to like hover over like all the little slag spots and see which hexes they were affecting. Because I messed up the game and had to re-import it, that hover effect is gone. So we kind of just have to eyeball it approximately if the hex is 50% covered or more by an animation, then it's being affected.
Okay. Awesome. Custom? Listen, guys. I'm gonna run over here. I'm just gonna... Best of luck to the two of you. There's not really much I can do, and... Yeah.
And I will put this out there that this is the session for Hail Marys. If you can think of one that makes sense for your character. Not saying it's a guaranteed, but if there's something you want to try that's outside of the abilities or the skills or whatever that you have going on, you might not get another chance to try it.
Alright, so this will be 40 feet right here, getting out. So I'll go...
There you go. So you drop down back to the ground, avoiding the 5-foot movement penalty for difficult terrain, and then run around to the opposite side of the T-Lex.
This should get me far enough away from this dude's explosion, I hope. Oh. Now the question is, do I just go for the attacks?
Hope I roll really low on the retributive fire damage.
Yeah. Phone a friend. Hey, bud, that's inside me. Listen, I don't talk to you very often. We're kind of fucked. So, do we want to fight
Who are you trying to talk to?
the dragon? Because that's who I know before all of this happened. It was the one that had the bone to pick with this this punk who has been giving us hell.
Yeah, the scene does kind of look like hell. That is accurate.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were using your turn to commit yourself to a conversation with your inner beast, the Chimera.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll a charisma saving throw with, and because of the favor that you had with the Kieran, because of the way the conversation went.
All right.
When you're talking to your Chimera, you have a permanent +1 to your charisma saving throws.
Oh, bless the Lord! This is a true blessing right now.
So,
all right.
You're to a straight roll instead of a -1 on your charisma saves with your Chimera.
Okay, awesome.
I meant to tell you that last time, but I told you
because I have a luck stone, I was at a straight, so now is it a +1?
Now it is a +1.
Oh,
so
blessed be.
Yeah, it spent your favor in a conversation trying to get you to help understand the creature inside of you better, and that manifests mechanically as a +1.
Cool. So is this my action to do this, essentially?
This is your action to tap that far in.
Okay. Well, we'll
Okay,
just have
so
to
let's see that charisma save, please.
As
Starting off.
we're starting off really strong here.
Margot, you're all those like you've infected the group at this point.
Yeah, I
With
don't
your
appreciate
karma.
that, and I do have inspiration. So
Yeah, now's the time.
now's the time to burn that. Thanks, Margot. Can I would like my love back.
He's just like inching further.
I thought that was another one.
Yeah, that's a 16.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
16.
That's much better.
Yeah, I like that a lot more than a nat one.
A little bit. All right, so what do you say? Is it just what you said? Like, hey, we got a situation where we're fucked.
Hey, we got a situation where fucked.
Mm-hmm. Anything else
You
wanna
like
add
to
on
take over?
Oh, please.
Listen, I'm freely giving you the reins on this.
You hear what is akin to a draconic purr.
Just try not to fuck my friends, please.
Interesting. And you're looking at this giant fiery creature. Its like eyes shifting around at the quills on the side of its face are twitching as it's like searching. You can see the magma pouring from cracks and wounds inside of it. It's twitching its body. Its claws are gripping into the stone around it and causing cracks. This thing is in full predator mode. You are watching it and you feel this presence kind of like come over you like a cloak, almost as if red scaly hands have come up and like touched on the side of your shoulder and just like speaking into your ear.
Hey.
You wish to give me the opportunity to seek my prey.
Yeah.
May not come back.
I think that's a risk I'm just going to have to be willing to take.
Why?
Well, it's to save all of them. And I trust them. And I'm giving my trust to you.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
And I should say that like it goes for basically you have a +1 bonus on your charisma checks with charisma checks and saving throws. So it applies to this as well because all of it amounts to understanding.
Okay, I think that that was perception. Let me find persuasion. Yeah, that's
Read these dice.
yeah, they're really hard to read.
A 6, okay.
It's a 6.
You have more faith than you perhaps should. And you can sense his energy. A dog being let off a leash as it knows its owner is about to unclip him. It's just like
Yeah.
completely still, just waiting for that sound of the leash to go click. It's about to bolt off. There's that tension.
Well, I suppose this will be a learning curve then.
And you feel those claws grab onto you and sink in. And your consciousness begins to fade out.
That's what. Yeah.
Okay. And Yaslin is now berserking.
Usually it's Margot making deals.
Usually it's Margot, but I'm like, listen, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Okay. Next up is my murder comet. So murder comet's going to roll a couple of attacks against the ceiling as it wants to escape. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, had to eat.
Okay. Durr. Well, the first one is a natural one. On my side. So the first bit is what did I say for bludgeoning damage or when I dropped a stalactite on Kiki?
I thought it was a catapult.
It was. I think it was a second level catapult spell, wasn't it?
It was only like 4 hit points.
Yeah, it was
so
small.
It was
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. It was just enough to be a nuisance.
That's because she saved well and I rolled low. That's right. But it is based off the catapult spell. So basically, as he goes up, he's desperate and like just slamming up and up and up, and like he like impales his own eye on a stalactite. And so I'm gonna give him some damage because he rolled a natural 1, like I knew.
Here I was laughing at him.
Okay, it's 3d8 and then. Okay, so it's a 4d8. Alright, where's my last d8? Here we go. Oh, damn, that kind of. Okay, so that is 19 points of damage to his face. I rolled pretty well against myself. As he goes up and slams.
Yeah. Sneeze harder.
I did a thing against myself. Okay, and he's still going to. Nope, he just does that. The second one does hit, and I'm going to roll my damage here. Oh, whatever. Okay, ignore that. It's not a crit. I just had to get the damage up. Okay, so that's an additional 24 points of movement that he moves upwards as he continues to slam his way through. So at this point, he's kind of burrowing his way up, and like there's a bit of a cone. As he does so, everybody give me a percentage check to see who's unlucky. Also,
Percentage?
Yep, percentage check. Also, I'm gonna roll 4 times for my big boy because he's huge.
Oh boy,
And
no.
falling stalactites.
Oh, 99!
I don't know what's good, but I hit a 47. Not great.
I got a feeling if it's the lowest.
Imagine
Well, we
if
can see all these, by the way, Morgan. I don't know if you're supposed to be seeing them all, but
No, that's totally fine. Okay, so I got an 11. I think that's the lowest, so I'm taking one of the hits. Let's see how many... I'm gonna roll a d10 for this. How many fall? That would
Whoa,
be 2.
start slow.
No, low is bad. Low,
here's
low
another
is bad. Okay, so... Boo. I'm gonna take them. So I got the 2 lowest. Wow, I got the 3 lowest.
Yeah.
Sheesh!
Starting out
All
great.
right. Starting out great. Well, I'm glad I rolled low then, because I have to catapult myself. Okay, so, but he's going to get a dex save for each one of these, because that's what it is. Dex save, that's the first one. Ooh, that's a 2. The next one
Oh,
is 7. This guy's not very dexterous. Oops, one too many. Alright, so I roll.
Oh,
Wow.
that was really high.
That will be 27 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, he doesn't have any special resistances to like non-magical bludgeoning. That's not his thing. Just double checking myself. No, so this is not going terribly well for him. Wow. It only took 3 weeks, guys, but the dice are finally being nice to you.
Ready to deal with the raging Yaslin?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay. Lair actions. He did not enjoy the fact that 2 stalactites just came crashing down onto his back, nice and heavy. Hold up. Sorry, I missed.
I was just about to ask you what the order of the statuses were.
The order of what statuses?
Like when we hovered over, because he was last breath, and then I hovered over again and it said wrecked.
It's in the notes section of the Discord.
Mm-hmm. Last breaths is the one tick before. So he's going to use his lair action to do his lava teleport. And because he's right over a puddle, you see him dive in, just completely submerge. And you guys don't know where he goes.
Oh. Oh no. I'm gonna freaking jump like a lot. Oh, fine. Let's go fish.
Okay. Leo, unconscious Leo is up, and I believe you have what and what for your death saves? Or did you just go down?
I think I just went down again because I was
Yeah.
picked up and I went back down.
Yes, indeed. All right, Leo, give me a private death save, please.
Oh, the closest.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. Mog is still up. Barely.
So Mog has regeneration and should
But
gain-
Mog took fire damage last turn. So Mog's
yeah, I'm
fire
reading it
regeneration does not kick in.
yeah, cold, fire, necrotic.
Mhm.
Boom. What is Mog gonna do? I mean, he's gonna get out of the fire.
Mm-hmm. Because that's still high. He'll take damage at the beginning of the T-Lex's turn.
Yeah. We'll probably just come over here by Leo.
Okay, that takes all 30 feet of his movement, because
Yeah,
that's
'cause
difficult terrain.
Alright, and he's not in this bubble, right?
No, he's safe from the fire damage.
Okay. Alright, cool. And then I don't think Kenji is out right now, is he?
He is not.
Yeah, but Fuzz is.
I have him hidden, but yeah, because he's your character, you can still see him, right?
I guess, yeah. I see he's actually kind of transparent. I've never noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, then it's Fuzz's turn to roll that save.
Yep. Death save for Fuzz. And Fuzz. Okay. Good to know. Nora, your necklace stabilizes you once more.
Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get to roll
What?
just because I'm happy?
Because of the possibility of you rolling a natural 20 and reviving with 1 HP? Yes.
Excellent.
I don't want that item of yours to rob you of that chance.
Nope, I did not.
Okay. I will say, for every time you are unconscious, you only get to roll that possibility of a natural 20 3 times, like normal.
We'll go.
Okay. So, Dallin, send me a private message to let me know what you got.
Oh, the 5. That's
Okay.
unstable, so I'm not too worried.
Seamus, the currently flaming dwarf-looking version of Seamus.
I think I'm gonna do something stupid.
Beautiful, I love it. Let's go, dumb stuff.
Just checking in with my brain to make sure that it kind of would all work out and I'm not like doing anything I can here. I have 35 feet of movement. If I grab my cloak in dim light, I can fly.
Okay.
It's been like really bright in here, so I've been like avoiding trying that.
Okay.
But I'm thinking about using all of my action. I think I'm gonna do this. Yeah. So Seamus will step out of the dark, or from where he's hiding here behind Dro and Margot over here, and I'm gonna go running past them.
Margot. Okay, go ahead.
As a little fiery dwarf-looking creature, I'm gonna try to go running past, and hopefully they're not gonna swing at me. They're gonna say, "Don't hit me!" as I go running by in my voice. But I'm definitely gonna not. I don't know why I'm not changing out. I guess I could just totally drop it.
Don't.
You totally could, but it's kind of fun to not.
Right.
Okay, so Margot, you see like a flaming enemy run by you, but it has Seamus's voice.
And then, I'm gonna run to the edge. I'm gonna grab my cloak, and hopefully I'm gonna jump and fly across the field here, over next to Fuzz.
Okay, Margot, do you take an attack of opportunity?
I will roll a perception check because she's focused on the skull hitting itself into the ceiling.
Yeah, she is.
Let's see if she even notices him in time to take an attack of opportunity. She does not. He's gone before she notices.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
She's like, what the fuck?
Seamus, give me a... Essentially give me a concentration check. As you... This isn't constant light. It's flickering, it's bubbling and roiling. It increases when the lair actions happen. There's some variance here.
Oh no!
9. Okay. I want to give this to you, but it's like a low roll. So you're trying to fly over to the other ledge. Is that right?
Yeah, over to Fuzz here, next to Fuzz, and the ledge here. Yep, you're right. On down on the ground, and I'm using my action or my movement, like my normal movement, and then my bonus action dash, which would cover 70 feet. I think I'm at 65 or something.
Okay, sounds good. And with your cloak, are you batting?
I picture that I just like grab the ends of it and like hold it out and like kind of like float down. So it's not like a full flapping fly. It's more of a.
Oh, okay. So this is an attempted physics glide.
A little bit of a glide over there. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's different than like trying to maintain a spell that or like a magical ability that requires darkness or dim light. Okay, in that case, we're gonna scratch the Constitution check.
My cloak has like a magical ability in dim light that if I grab the edges of it, I can fly. So I'm using that part of the cloak's ability to do this.
Okay. Okay. Alright, so part of this is maintaining the magic. So you've already rolled the concentration check for 9. This is going to be a 2-part thing then. Go ahead and also roll me either a straight dex check or an athletics check. Because this is partially physical at this point as well, and there are hot air currents running all over the place here, but it's not easy. Okay. All right, that's about the same realm. So, as you come through, you try to hold it, but it's more difficult than you thought it would be. And so as you make it to where you want to go, but unfortunately, like there's a part where there's like a burst of lava and there's some like extra light and it kind of like saps the magic from the cloak a little bit, and you dip down sharply about 10 feet and dive through the poison gas. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw against that. Okay, and that is 1 too low. So unfortunately,
Gosh.
you know what? I'll let you choose. Do you want the status effects or do you want the damage? Because you're not in there for very long. It's just kind of like a blip instead of like you being immersed in it like you were last time.
I guess I'll take the damage. My goal when I get over here with my action is to grab Fuzz and drag Fuzz around the corner because I'm concerned that Fuzz is about to explode, and if the others are on the ground when he does, then that's like really bad for their death saving throws. So I'm trying to pull him around the corner. So that's I'll probably take the damage, and then there's probably going to be some more damage grabbing him and stuff, but this is the full extent of where I'm headed, I guess. So if I'm blind, that's going to be harder to grab maybe, so I'm going to probably just take the damage.
Okay. Okay, so 3-6 poison damage coming up. What? Oh, ooh, that's unfortunately high. That is, and I think I just did that privately. That's 13 poison damage.
I have protection from energy fire going because I read that spell on my last turn.
Yes, you did. This is poison damage, so not affected by that, but when you're touching Fuzz, it'll reduce that damage.
Okay, dang it. Okay, well, still, yep, I'll grab Buzz and...
Okay, so yep, you kind of flap down. It doesn't go quite as well as you wanted it to. You come through and like the sudden drop makes you kind of gasp. Inhaling a bit of poison, and you feel your insides burning caustically. You come down. Roll me an athletics check to grab Fuzz. Wait, that was your bonus.
I used my movement to move, my bonus action dash to cover the rest of the area, then my free action to grab Buzz, and my action to drag him.
Cool, perfect. Okay. I have to respect the one. Let's see here. Okay, so you hold on a second. I'm continue rolling privately, even though I don't mean to.
I saw
that one.
Oh, you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
That's fun.
That was
Okay, sweet. So, Seamus, you reach down, getting ready. Fuzz is weird. He's a huge creature, so he's more than one size larger than you. So that's going to make this difficult. That's why we're including an athletics check instead of just going, you can start dragging him. But as you reach down and grab him, your hands immediately start to burn. You take, because of your resistance to fire right now, you take 4 points of fire damage. And immediately, like, you try to grip him, and he's got this amorphous, almost like Terminator 2 body, just made out of like heated liquid. And like you grab him and your fingers slip in, taking damage, and you're not, in this moment, you're not sure how to grab him properly in order to be able to move him.
I say, this is one of the stupidest ideas I've ever had.
Polymorph, does that change the clothes you're wearing too?
Just
yes,
like
it
it's the look of them.
Okay,
Like,
so
because
like,
I'm disguise self is what I have. So
Okay.
like,
Yeah, but polymorph does change your gear into the form of the animal or whatever it is you're doing.
okay, so we would, because I was curious and just rolled a perception check and rolled like a natural 17 for like a 22 to see a fucking dwarf just jump off the ledge. Is he wearing the cloak?
Nope.
yeah, you'd see a dwarf wearing the cloak probably.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah.
like, if it extends out beyond like my body or whatever, then the illusion is no longer there. So you would see the cloak, I guess. Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably like weirdly higher than it should be too.
It's like hovering above like his head by about 2 inches.
Okay.
Yep. Seamus, go ahead and take some inspiration for having a terrible plan, committing to it, and then, berating yourself for having a terrible plan at the end of it.
Somebody throw me a bucket.
Okay. My turn, so the beginning of the T-Lex's turn, Fuzz is gonna take some fire damage. And therefore, he swells to gargantuan.
God damn it, Fuzz.
And when Fuzz starts his turn at gargantuan is when he explodes.
Go. Hey, Fuzz.
Okay. Let's see here. My T-Lex.
I feel like Seamus goes to like pull on him to pick him up as he like grows and pushes him like back up against the rocks too. Like it's just not just the whole episode. Like
Yep. It's getting worse.
Oh gosh.
but
Slowly but surely going downhill.
I do not get my pyroclasm back.
Oh, thank God. I
Hallelujah.
forgot about
Two
that.
regenerates. And
It's always a stressful day when Pyroclasm comes back.
So stressful.
Mhm. And you know
Praise
what?
the Jesus.
The Telex is feeling a little cornered. And it's basically just going to take this turn to sit and recover wherever it is. And isn't going to come out to play.
Recover, Jesus Christ.
Just sit in the lava. None of us can get to him. He can heal. Fuck.
Dro, you're up.
Why? Ugh. Seen the salamander disappear now. Well, first, let me phrase this. First, jumping off a cliff, trying to smack the asshole he's been chasing for a while now, only to get a roundhouse kick on him and not do shit. Almost lose his staff, then land, and then see the salamander disappear. Yaslin's gone at this point.
Lynn's not gone.
Dro can see you. In his head, so no one's gonna hear the conversation. He's clocking that he was able to talk to the Kieran via, in his head, something he's not unfamiliar with, and some people like to not know personal space. So my bad. I may have rushed out without actually giving you a solid answer about that champion thing. Yeah. We're in a bad predicament, and he's gonna glance over at Fuzz because he knows what happens there. Plus seeing a dwarf with a cape dive. If becoming your champion gets us out of here, then we have a deal. He's just gonna kind of like look around, glance down at the tunnel where him and Margot originally went. Maybe hope Kieran still hears him.
Okay. Roll me a persuasion check. Also, anybody who is conscious and would like to try and, as the Telex disappears and would like to try to track him, anybody who is conscious and wants to, you can roll me a perception check.
Can I roll this on top of what I've already done?
Yeah, this would have been from previously as he did his lair action.
17 for Margot.
Okay, so just Margot and Dro. The two of you hear, those are pretty good perception checks. You hear movement of magma and the sort of sound in somewhere inside of the smoke cloud.
Okay. Persuasion was a 17.
Okay. Persuasion 17. You look around and over by the magma that you just crossed and almost dropped your staff into, there was a shimmer of heat wave, there was mirage level stuff happening here. It kind of condenses, gets thicker. You kind of see the Kieran almost like you're talking into a reflection, begin to show its face through that heat wave. Why would you pledge yourself to me? This is not a fledgling request. be a lifelong commitment.
I made a promise to myself years ago that I would be able to protect those that I care about. And that was only because I was not able to protect one individual before. He's gonna glance at Echo a little bit and just kind of like reassurance. And I told myself, if I find somebody that I care for, or people that I care for, in my entire life I've been told protect those that cannot protect themselves. And he's gonna glance at his staff that's this purple glowing. And this power that I've been given, I'm still learning how to use it to protect those, and it's fairly new to me. I know how to fight. I know how to poke people's buttons. But I want to be able to protect those and be that protector that I never had. And with these powers and my lack of understanding, I don't think I can do that. And he's going to glance at the battlefield of everyone just those unconscious, just the destruction that's here, the destruction that the fire is bringing. I've been alone, kind of glancing at Echo, not including him. We have been alone our entire life. So asking for help is something difficult that I thought was weak. But traveling with these guys shows there's strength in numbers, and if I can do anything, even if it means putting my life on the line for them to walk out of here, I will. And if that means making a lifelong deal with you, I have one goal in life, and that can be put on hold. So he's gonna put his arm out over at Echo. He comes with, we're kind of bond, attached at the hip, some might say. But do we have a deal? And he's gonna put his arm out.
There are some things that you do not know and which you would need to consider. But before I address that, answer me one thing. What does water mean to you?
To me, I see peace. I see a reflection of who I really am, the face I hide behind, the source of truth, and life. We all need some sort of water. With these powers, I've slightly understood how to control it, and it felt good. But if I had to give you a solid answer, life. And that's what I'm here to do. Protect life. Protect. And he's just kind of motioning to everybody their lives. The lives of those at the library, the lives of those at Ripple Top. He's just kind
Being
of
a champion of water is to acknowledge the summons that I will have for you at some point. Water is life. Water is in everything. Water creates. But it is also necessary for water to destroy, to bring about mold, to crack rocks, to form glaciers that scar mountains. to be raging seas that consume the lifelong works of man, to swallow ships of any size, if it so deems. It is a crushing depth that cannot be explained, only felt and feared. It is more than just the fluidity and balance of bringing life. You would personify all of that. Is that the route you wish to go?
He kind of glances at Echo. What does Echo look like right now?
Afraid. You can read Echo well enough. You can see something instinctually is terrifying him. He kind of hasn't been the same. He hasn't really said a peep since you attempted to touch the thing and you got blasted across the world.
Dro's gonna kneel down next to Echo. It's gonna be okay. Remember the promise I made? This is the only way. No matter what happens, you're not alone. And he's gonna put his fist up like they normally do, or like a fist bump. We'll figure this out, but right now, there are people here that I care for, we can't lose. And he glances up at the cliff where Margot stands, and I know there's someone there for you. So right now, we're in this together. And he kind of pushes his shoulder a little bit. I thought you were supposed to be the tough one. And he's gonna stand up, look towards the Kieran. Life and destruction is what I will embody.
Then you hear Dro speak for the first, or Echo speak for the first time as you see that. Dro, I'm scared. I don't know what it is, but this feels counter to me.
Yeah. I think at this point he's gonna try to not look at Echo.
Nikirin looks back at you. There is more than you realize at play here. And I cannot tell you everything, but to accept this is more than you expect. I am not allowed to interfere and tell you prematurely. There is no perfect option for you here. Loss is inevitable.
avoiding looking, just continuing to look at the Kieran, avoiding all eye contact with everybody else.
This entire conversation is happening in rapid time telepathically. By the way.
I've dealt with loss more than once, even before I was born. I think at this point he's getting choked up.
The Kieran looks at you, and a reciprocating tear falls down its face. Then I welcome you. As my new champion. Zot Dro.
Oh.
And I'm sorry for what is about to happen.
Oh no!
Your reach is your arm is still out. Kieran's mirage self, and you know this is the intangibility of its form truly doesn't matter in a situation like this. It reaches forward. The horn with your outstretched arm. Which arm is it?
His right one.
Okay, is that the one with the tattoo or the other one?
It would be, yes, because the sword is on his left.
Okay. Kieran's horn comes by and comes across your forearm, cutting it slightly. And as you begin to bleed a normal red, a black tinge begins to crawl out of your blood as well, moving separately from your blood, traveling differently, different physics. Your blood drips on the ground, instantly burning up. The black sludge takes over, and eventually there's no red blood left. You are simply pouring out what seems like gallons of darkened tar-like material. And you feel immense pain in your soul. Roll me a wisdom saving throw, please. Or this is really just like to try and understand what's happening. A 10. You're not sure as your mind is pulled apart like glass, and it feels like nothing but sharp shards are spreading around. The only thing you can manage to glean is that something is being extracted from you. And as this continues and you drop to the ground, clutching your arm, the sludge spraying between your fingertips as you hold one arm with the other. The pain you feel is quadrupled, quintupled, tentupled for Echo. As you open your eyes, black falling from the orifices in your mouth and eyes, nose, ears, looking over with darkened, blurred vision, you see Echo begin to fade. Do you do anything at this point?
What's his face look like?
Like it was molded out of clay and stretched by the hands of children into pure agony.
Before he goes away, Joe just looks over, not even knowing if Echo can hear him. I will find you. Even if it costs me my life. And I think he will close his eyes and hold back crying very poorly. But
As it
trying to play it off.
continues, the tears cut a very clean path through the sludge on your face. And a familiar 5 dots in a upside down V come back into your vision. That rage that you sense and disappointment in this cave of souls. What you felt before was like a puff of air, and you feel nothing short of a tsunamic tide. I'm pretty sure I just made up the word tsunamic.
Sounded good though.
Right. Tsunamic tide of vicious displeasure, anger, and vitriolic hatred. Like that of someone who blatantly steals food from under the nose of a predator, like ripping away a fresh kill from a lion.
And Dro
Go ahead.
piece together. Quentin, I'm guessing I'm piecing it together fairly quickly. But Dro, that whatever this is was hunting Echo.
Was hunting Echo?
Was after him or something. He's mad because Dro gave up Echo.
As you see this happening, Echo fading, and this is going to be a big roll here for a second. But you see the owner of those red dots. They're a series of eyes. And for a moment, your vision is nothing but this immense creature, multiple arms, strings of cobwebs and like threaded bone cover this thing's chest. Its jaw is extended 5 or 6 times lower than it should be, and it is screaming in a utterly silent rage. like those moments of emotional pain that are so intense you can't make a sound. That you see this thing and you know it hates you forever.
Oh, shit.
And as you seek to understand what this thing's relationship to Echo is, the last images of Echo begin to fade out of your mind, or out of your vision, and the sludge stops pouring out of your arm and it's hitting the floor and just disappearing, leaving no trace. And Echo, the last thing you see Echo say, and is, you say, you'll find him. And he looks at you. You see the barest of nods that he can manage as he's screaming. And then he gradually fades out and he is completely gone. The wound begins to pour blue crystalline water as the sludge fades out. And the water stitches your arm back together, closing the wound. And you now have a permanent scar of a blue wavy line all the way down your right forearm.
That figure, when Echo disappeared, was that figure still in view?
It is as a stalking predator, as it begins to kind of come closer in your vision. As the wound seals up and the last drop of black falls out, the Kirin stamps forward, equally as large as this enormous giant. And the two face off against each other. They open their mouths to speak at one another, and instead of words, you hear forces of nature. You hear a hurricane, you hear a tidal wave, and you hear moans of dread of thousands clash physically as reality warps and crystallizes and becomes geometric and then falls apart and becomes liquefied. It's like trying to understand a kaleidoscope under a microscope. It moves fluidly. It is beyond your comprehension.
Before
And
that, could Drove have said something when he saw this creature? Tears running down his face and seeing this creature. He's just gonna look up with this most stern look on his face, and he was my family. You won't get him. And he's just gonna stare down that creature until the Kirin intervenes. No fear in his eyes.
Roll me a intimidation check with advantage. $16. Okay. And before the Kirin shows up, you hear one intelligible message come across, and it's not words, but you get the impression of the meaning instead. He was my creation. The Kirin steps in, and the two begin to battle a clash of emotions. as you witness this, unbeknownst to anyone else, your vision fades to black. That'll be the end of your turn. But as we are coming back to the beginning of your turn,
I haven't gone this whole round. I don't know if I got skipped.
right, Margot's up next.
Okay.
Dro, please remove your level in Cleric and replace it with Paladin. Including all the spells that you know that are associated with that.
Okay.
Margot, you're up.
And she saw none of this.
Nothing. You just see Dro. You're witnessing this, and then you see Dro like go still, drop to the ground, clutch his arm. You don't see anything, and he just appears catatonic for a moment.
And I can't see the fire. Lexolotl. Okay.
But you did hear it moving.
No, I
in
don't
the
have
side.
good AOA. Have good area effect spells that can hurt him though. How far away is Mr. Skull here? Because I know he's like 68 feet in the air, but I'm also on a cliff.
You're 20 feet up. He's about just shy of 50 feet above you.
That's only 20 feet?
No, yeah, this is 20 feet, from here to here, like here to the floor.
Shit, I can't do anything. God, I have to be within 30 feet for that one. And that one. And that one. Sorry. I thought I was a lot closer because I was on a cliff and he was on a cliff. Or he was at the roof.
Yeah, so he's 60 feet. He's almost 70 feet up, and you're about 20 feet up. From where you're at, you've got another 10 feet going from here to here, so you're actually 30 feet in the air. So he's 40 feet above you instead of 50. But he is, triangle math, 20 feet away from you as well. So whatever that math is on the
Pythagorean theorem, yeah, okay. First thing she's gonna do is trigger her dream sight to try and find this freaking fire lizard wherever he is. So she's gonna look around with her dream sight.
Oh, with the okay. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Give me a perception check. This would be is an action to turn on your sight?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, yep. This is an action to turn on your sight to take in the new things, and you can make a perception check as part of that same action.
Well, that was not
Natural
It's a natural
20.
holy shit.
Okay. You see, I don't think you've used your magical sight in this space before, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not in this space. It ran out before we got here.
Right. Okay. So you see immediately your vision is like flooded with the magical underpinnings of evocation magic. Fire is evocation. You know, sometimes it can come from conjuration as well. But this is, you see kind of the threads, the network that exists all around with a natural 20. You know, go ahead and give me an Arcana check as well. And I'll give you advantage because you got a nat 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You see the functions of the lair itself in how they are tied to the creature. You see essentially the magical lever it pulls in order to increase the heat. You see the magical lever it uses to teleport between the lava pools. You see the magical lever it uses to disrupt the ground and create additional difficult terrain. And you see those tethers, those magical systems in place, which happen naturally when a creature of this power sits and essentially attunes to a space. And this one's not very powerful as far as like this goes. I mean, this thing probably is only attuned to this particular space for a handful of days or so. Could be much worse. But this is fresh. Hasn't had enough time to kind of sink into the fabric of the space around it. And you see all of those magical tethers pointing in a direction, like a funnel going towards the Telex. You know it is hiding. You know exactly where it's hiding, and it's hiding right behind this kind of column. There's a pool of lava that exists right behind it, and it took, you know, its magma teleport to wind up over there. And it's just been chilling for a second. Okay, you've got your bonus action, movement.
Yes. So if I move to the edge of the smoke cloud, how far would it be?
It's 20 feet across and 20 feet down, so is that like 15 feet away from you? No, doesn't make any sense. Does it make sense?
Who knows the Pythagorean theorem?
Not me today.
B squared, C squared.
I'm distraught over what I just did to Drone and Echo, so like I'm not functioning math-wise.
So if it's
Just throw it in there.
20 feet across.
28.28. I just
Yeah,
There you
googled
go.
it.
30. It's about 30 feet down from you.
All right, that's good. We like that. We love that actually. So she's gonna move to where it's 30 feet away, like right at the edge of this place. So she's not in the fire. Can I stand here and not be in that fire? Kind of between these two?
Yeah, you're not in those fires. The trouble
Okay.
is if you get any closer than that. So, let's see here. 20 feet away. Yeah, that still works. Yeah, you're good. I was thinking that if you stood outside of the smoke cloud, because that is still there, that you would have to make a con save. The only reason you can see through this is because of your true sight and those magical weaves and like everything. You rolled.
Little
like,
Lexi
champion.
has to make a con save. I'm gonna expend 2 sorcery points to quicken spell.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm going to. Oh fuck! What? Hold on. What happened? Why did it just tell me I need to roll death saves? What is going on?
Nope, you're not
Just save me.
You're
Just
the
ignoring
only
it.
one
It's
that's
fine.
healthy.
Yeah, I know. I just got an alert that said something about death saves. Okay. So I am going to go to cast spell.
Light. Okay.
Ooh. Is it dead?
It succeed. Why did it roll with advantage? Because if it rolls with advantage, I'm canceling that as well as my reaction. So he has to re-roll.
It should not roll with advantage.
Because it rolled a 2 and then a 12. So I was confused why it rolled twice.
I see a 12 and a 19 naturally.
I saw 2 20s rolled.
Um,
12 and 19.
I think one of them
Okay.
you forced me to roll, and the other one I rolled. Because I didn't know it was
just
going to
clicked on
prompt
the
it.
spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Either one succeeds though.
Does it? Is that my spell?
Yeah, 'cause it looks like
I
it's
gotta
a
bump
blight.
that shit up.
I see Blight
Only 15.
DC 15 con save,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and it got a 15, so it would save.
Well, that was rude. That's still, what, 16, 17 points of damage?
17 points. It still knocks it down. It's unconscious.
Nice.
It only had 14 HP. So
then
this
she's
does
gonna.
not stop the regeneration that you know is coming, but at least it's done for a second.
No, yeah. So she's going to yell around. It's down, somebody keep it down! I
Describe
think
your
I have.
spell.
Well, nobody can see it because it's in the toxic smoke, but she just.
Oh, for sure.
Her veins glow purple and she shoots it like her hands out and it looks like purple lightning that turns into a purple blackish ichor that just kind of rains down over the creature.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
that's
Just
only
figures.
15 feet, so she's gonna back up a little again.
okay. Alright, so Margot backs up. Yaslin,
Yeah.
you're berserking,
Yeah. And
and I took your target away.
you took my target away. Closest
Uh-huh.
thing. Yeah, I guess we're gonna beat up Fuzz.
Yep, you got Fuzz, and yeah, I mean, yeah, Fuzz is the closest, but also you would have to cross difficult terrain, which would technically increase the distance. So yeah, Fuzz is your man.
Yeah. I mean, let's.
Does it
I
matter that Fuzz is unconscious? Or will you target
I can
conscious?
I can still make it. It'll still be. I think. Be like here. 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40? If the 2 tiles, or is it 3 tiles that I'm stepping in that are difficult terrain?
You could jump over that, couldn't you?
You still have your flight, don't you?
You do still have flight, but also this isn't Yaslin, this is the dragon.
Yeah, the dragon gives
The,
Oh yeah.
you know, the dragon would just walk across the lava, move its feet fast enough to not sink, and let the burns come in and be absorbed.
Oh, cool. So I guess
Like a
we're
boss.
Naruto running across the lava. Yeah, it's still difficult terrain for me though, right? So I just need to know which tiles are
Mhm.
difficult terrain because that determines how close I actually get to it.
You've got 10
I've got
feet
40
total. You've got 10 feet total. The others are like kind of on the side. They're not
Okay.
gonna,
So
yeah.
I can completely make it to him. Yeah. Yeah, Troy, you just see Aslan run across lava.
I don't think Dro's paying attention.
That's good because she's gonna go ahead and she's gonna whack this recklessly. Very sorry about.
Double twos.
Double twos?
Wow.
She wasn't very
Okay.
committed.
And Yaslin, just
Yeah.
looking up a couple of options for lava. I mean, lava's supposed to be pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it's supposed to like mess you up.
Mm-hmm. No, I like this one. It gives different versions of damage for lava. If you put a hand or a foot in it, it gives you 3d10 fire damage.
Okay, well, those are my feetsies.
So 13 points of fire damage as you regenerate.
Alright, and so the 9 missed, and then my second attack. But it'd be really fortunate if I missed. And then a +2 to the rage. So that's 9.
Okay, the second one. You definitely hit Fuzz. Oh god. Oh shit. Fuzz took damage at the end of its last turn, or at the end of Telix's turn, and lost 2 death saves automatically.
Oh!
Yaslin just came across and hit Fuzz.
Crit.
Fuzz is now dead.
Okay.
Oh, thank God it doesn't explode then.
Yaslin.
That's a good thing.
Oh, fuck.
Yaslin. How do you want to do this?
I think she's berserking, and so's the dragon, and the dragon's just like target, so it's just pissed the fuck off right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it just is fully brutalizing this weird concoction of water fire thing. Similar to how Yaslin was pounded into the ground into unconsciousness, this thing is being pounded into the ground.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Yaslin comes over with her battle axe, just chopping Fuzz up. Yaslin, you're gonna take another D10 worth of fire damage from touching Fuzz. That's 8. Go ahead and give
Oh
yourself
my God.
8 more healing. And you basically just turn this pressure cooker of an elemental into soup, just over and over and over, just and there's just chunks and like splatters all over the place.
Okay.
As you cut it, every time you cut it, there's like a gout of steam that is released as the size of Fuzz begins to shrink down and down and down. And Fuzz is dead.
And I think at the end in Ignan, she just screams, "Come fight, you coward." Although it can't hear me, obviously, but...
Hey, Leo. Did we ever talk about what happens when you lose a summon?
No, but we didn't. However, based on the amount of energy and effort that it puts into like capturing, I'd imagine that normally Leo would be really drained right now. However, he's already that. So
Yeah.
Oh,
We did
boy.
talk about what happens if you fail to capture something that you try to capture, right?
mhm.
Um, I don't see it in the notes at the moment,
That's good.
but I do remember we basically said there was a something.
I remember saying that he would be like there would be an entire day of him having low charisma or something like that.
Yeah, there we go. I just found it. I think, and let me know if this feels reasonable to you. If one of your summons dies, you suffer the penalty like you failed to capture that summon, and it's based on the size of the summon. So, in this case, as this happens, Leo, does that? So,
I'm open to it as long as it doesn't mean damage to me. But if it does,
it's not. It's not damage. It'll make you it'll. In this case, you get a -2 to all D20 rolls
then
for 48 hours.
that's intense.
Go heal him! I wanna fucking kill him.
Leo's this homebrew class has a lot of power potential, especially at higher levels once he and especially at once he trains up his monsters severely. But the entire thing was designed for high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
This is probably the first time that you guys are seeing the negative side of the
Real
risk.
downsides, yeah.
Mhm.
That's fair though. I think that works. Either 24 or 48 hours. I mean, 24 hours in this game is like 6 months in real life. So
If it's too much, I mean, all of this has been happening. You guys have been in an intense 24 hours
It's
for
stressful.
like over a month, so that is absolutely fair.
well, we can roll with it.
Yeah, if it gets too much, we'll make adjustments on the fly because this is still in playtesting.
Okay.
Leo, what does this look like as the connection between Fuzz and you is permanently severed? Is there any manifestation? What does it look like? Does anything happen to Leo?
So, I mean, if Leo was up and about, he would be feeling some physical pain and be thrusted down. Part of his soul has kind of been pulled out from him. But since he's already down, I doubt that it's going to make a huge difference. However, the crystal that has a faint purple glow or pink glow in it that normally has the red and blue glow on it would just fade into gray, and it would appear as just almost a clear crystal now.
And if I may, the crystal cracks. Your call if that's canon or not to add a
No,
crack to
I
the
like
gray.
it. I'm just wondering if there's a different system for repairing them than making them.
Ooh, maybe.
I can think about that.
Yeah, we can take that offline and
Mhm.
see if that's a thing. Okay, so Fuzz showing his artwork one more time. Farewell. As Fuzz is now gone.
And clock in my
Ooh,
next
red
person.
bird.
And Berserker Yaslin kinda saves the team.
Yeah, strangely, as much as it sucked, it's also if it was Fuzz's turn, he would have fucked all of us.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of a plan, I was gonna try to take him and put him back in his crystal, knowing that likely wouldn't happen, but then fire the crystal away from us to see if like that crystal would fly away and explode. But
Interesting.
That was just an idea.
Make a grenade.
Yeah, because like he couldn't fit in the crystal. He's too big now. So I like kind of try to pull him in, and I assumed the crystal would either break or
Like
he
a
would
lasso?
make it or something would happen. But anyway,
You guys are. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, Seamus.
Um,
You guys are down. It would have knocked you off.
okay. So that's yes. Let's go.
Yeah.
Dallin, are you bouncing? Not bouncing?
Pretty soon. Well, we currently have 19 out of 20. So I guess we'll see if somebody shows up.
Mm-hmm.
I think this week and next week we have a lot of people that are MIA because of life and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, if we don't have one person show up, then we don't have 20. So we're currently at 19.
You don't want to pull just a rando?
Was said no. Well, I don't think currently they allow it. I mean, I guess you can from a server, but you can't do cross one. So
Oh my gosh,
currently,
did you say the first kill we get is one of our own?
we have 5 minutes until it starts. But we only have 19
Okay.
people, so hopefully, I mean, it's kind of both, right? Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I hope we get 20 people swinging raid, but I'm also like, if 20 people don't show up, then I guess tough luck. I gotta play D&D.
Okay. I'm gonna go quickly here for a couple of things. My comet does enough to actually bugger off. To actually do damage to the surroundings. It's gonna get okay, that's another 22 feet up. And then its second attack also hits. So I'm gonna
This thing needs
roll
to-
that again.
Oh.
Yep. What? Sorry, I'm gonna I rolled it, and it rolled on my dice, but I'm doing the damage here. So that's another 30. Okay. So, the comet just continuing its path, carving up the way through. And is now out of view. Okay, everybody, please give me a D100.
Oh
The
no.
down
100
Lexalotl
again.
still is at risk of damage, right?
Yes, he is.
Oh, big dickin'.
Oh, wait. Did I just... There we go. Okay, rolling a D10 here to determine how many drop. That'll be 4, so the 4 lowest get attacked. Okay, I see a 60. Dro is getting attacked. Okay, come on,
Yes.
I
brain.
think I'm getting one.
Yaslin, Dro. So that's a 57. Oh no, let me see. Seamus will take one.
And the downed Lexalotl.
Did
Yeah,
I roll
60
4 times? Yeah, 60's the next.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm
Well,
gonna
I
roll
only
this
see 2 times, 3 times.
I
4
see
times,
3.
3 times.
4.
I only see
Yeah,
3
I rolled
times.
I rolled a 94, a 57, a 65, and a 60.
No, the 57 is Seamus.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Let me roll one more time then. Ew, that'll be me.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Good. Okay, so me, Yaslin, Dro,
And
And still Seamus, so it didn't
it's still
change
Seamus.
anything.
It didn't change
And
anything.
Seamus, yeah, okay.
Anything.
Oh, great.
Can I use deflect missiles?
Yes.
Mostly just to hit it and break it away from me. I'm not gonna try to catch it.
So
avoid the damage. That's the ultimate goal.
All right, everybody, give me a. So it's that'll be 14 points of piercing damage as the stalactites come down. Everybody, give me a Dex save.
Should probably do that.
This
first.
is a DC of. I don't
How
know
many
what I said
these hit us?
before. 12.
That's what, 2 failed death saving throws for the
I was gonna say, I
Death
can't.
Model.
I'm dead. I can't give you anything.
That is true.
Oh no.
Yeah, it gets hit. It's got enough hit points. You guys aren't going to kill it in the negative, but it is 2 death saving throws at the moment. Well, I mean, technically,
Well, somebody
it's-
hits it before its turn, we could
well,
kill
it's,
it.
monster rules. It's already dead. It just doesn't stay dead if it gets a chance to regenerate. So it can't be more dead than it already is. You guys can just try to stop the regeneration.
So there's no way to get rid of this thing at all?
No. You just there is. It just revives if it gets to do its regeneration.
So we have to get it to
Yeah,
3
but
death
we can't
saving
just
throws
keep
before.
killing it. That's what I was saying before. If
Mm.
it's at 2 death saving throws, now if somebody hits it, it's done.
Yeah, death saving throws don't apply to the T-Lex.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
There's no way we can kill it unless we
Yeah.
just stand there and hit it forever.
No. There are ways to stop the regeneration.
We just have to figure out how.
Seamus.
Yeah.
But chill touch only lasts for like 1 round, so then again, you're
Yeah,
still
but
doing it
I'll-
every
And correct me if I'm
single
wrong,
time.
Morgan. We have to stop it for 1 round.
Yep. Most creatures that have regeneration say that if it does not regenerate at the beginning of its turn, it dies permanently.
So if Seamus, and I don't want to metagame, but like for everyone to understand,
Yep.
and correct me if I'm wrong, Morgan, we prevent it from regenerating this turn, it's done. Because we prevented it that turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
No pressure,
That's
Seamus.
the.
No pressure.
I can't. I mean, I can't see it over. Like, I mean, I have
Margot
no
can
idea.
see it though.
Marco's
I
the
don't have
only one
chill
that
touch
knows where
though.
it is.
I have nothing.
Yeah, but he's saying
God, you
Seamus.
don't have
stop regeneration. I
Seamus
don't
doesn't
have
know it's
chill
over
touch.
there.
You can communicate to Seamus.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So we'll get to that plan.
I did.
as
I did
it's
yell
appro-
like it's over there, but it's not.
as it's appropriate. So for everybody, those 4, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw. DC. I don't remember what I said before, because I kind of did this part impromptu. This is a 13 DC.
17.
Alright, I got a 21.
15.
Okay. You all take 9 points of piercing damage. Dro, yes, you can use deflect missiles. Dro is on his knees.
I take none.
And as it drops down, instinctually, his body just like this like vacant look just slams it and actually like sends it flying and it sticks sideways into the wall next, like across the way, not even close. Okay. My creature is dead at the moment. We'll see for how long. But
Do
dead
I?
creatures don't get to control their lair. So I'm skipping my lair action.
What's the day? So I'm raging. So do I take half? So I just take 4?
Yeah, you still only take 4 of that piercing.
Okay.
Leo.
Well, let me send you a death save.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
Okay.
And then, excuse me. It's Mog's turn.
Mm-hmm.
And Mog has regeneration. He hasn't taken fire, water, or necrotic damage. Now my
That
question is,
True. Why did he lose some health? I don't think he took health a hit last time.
oh, I just turned it to 0 because I thought he took falling shard damage just barely.
No, because he was not one of the ones that was targeted.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Nope. So you're good there. So yeah, Mog gets his regeneration. So go ahead and give himself 5 back.
So here's my question: Does that apply like damage to Leo? So Mog gets 3 and Leo gets 2.
interesting because we do have it in the rules is written that, you'd share a health link with your creature. You know what? Roll a
This would
roll
be
a con check
This would be really.
for Mog.
Yes, that's
That's so good.
I'm gonna say yes. Mog
Yeah.
looks at his connected soul partner in his kind of like plant-like doggy, form. This like triple tendril tongue like comes out and licks Leo's face. And as he regenerates, like parts of and he's severely hurt, very burned. Only a few pieces of him begin to regenerate, and he passes that regeneration along in kind of like this glowing green, lick across Leo's face. And Leo gets 2 HP, Mog gets 3. And Leo is no longer unconscious.
nice.
Leo, you come back to consciousness, and we can flip this around. I don't mind switching you out of order with your pets.
Cool. Yeah.
You come back to consciousness, and the loss, there's a pit in your soul from where it was just, literally part of your soul just died. And you feel immensely weakened. So I don't even give me a second. I'm gonna find a status icon to put on you, but you feel the loss of Fuzz deeply. You weren't terribly close to him. He was your newest companion. It's kind of troublesome to deal with, but so it's not necessarily like a loss of connection, but it's a literal loss of you. How you doing, buddy?